At 62, the tragedy of Michael Jordan is beyond heartbreaking because behind the global fame, the championship rings, and the legend of the greatest basketball player who ever lived lies a life marked by unimaginable loss, loneliness, and emotional battles that few fans truly understand. Jordan may have been unstoppable on the court, but off the court, life hit him with blows far more devastating than any opponent ever could. It began early, with the murder of his father, James Jordan, in 1993, a loss so traumatic that it shattered the superstar's spirit and pushed him into his first retirement. Michael never truly recovered. His father had been his guide, his anchor, and the man who pushed him to greatness. Even decades later, he tears up whenever he speaks about him. But as the years have gone by, the emotional weight on Jordan's shoulders has only grown heavier. His competitive nature, once celebrated, has now become a source of loneliness. Friends from his playing days say he struggles to connect, often isolating himself, consumed by memories of a past he can't relive and haunted by the feeling that life will never be as fulfilling as it was during his years with the Chicago Bulls. Despite his billionaire status, his ownership accomplishments, and the Air Jordan empire, insiders reveal that Jordan often spends long stretches of time alone, surrounded by luxury yet feeling painfully empty. He has admitted as much himself, saying that retirement was a miserable adjustment and that he battled depression as he tried to navigate life without basketball. The death of his close friend Kobe Bryant in 2020 cut even deeper. Jordan was devastated, describing Kobe as a younger brother, and the loss reopened emotional wounds he had tried to bury. Those who know him say that since then, Jordan has carried a sadness that he rarely shows in public, a quiet grief that reminds him of his own father's loss and the fragility of everything he once took for granted. Adding to this emotional burden is the growing tension within his personal relationships. His first marriage ended painfully, leaving him distant from some family members, and even though he later built a new family, the emotional scars from years of turmoil remain. Behind the scenes, Jordan is known to wrestle with the pressure of having his children grow up in his shadow, feeling guilty that they must constantly compare themselves to a legend no one can ever match. Even his vast wealth has brought complications, constant legal battles, business stress, and the sense that people want him not for who he is, but for what he represents. Several of his former teammates have revealed that Jordan struggles to maintain close friendships, in part because he built his life around competition, not connection. And now, at 62, the weight of age is beginning to settle in. For a man who once seemed invincible, the physical decline has been emotionally painful. He has spoken openly about the fear of growing older, slower, and forgotten, terrified that the world will eventually move on from the legend he spent his entire life building. What makes his story even more heartbreaking is that Michael Jordan's greatest battles have never been on the hardwood. They've been in his heart. He conquered the world, yet remains unable to conquer the loneliness, grief, and emotional fragility that have followed him into his 60s. For millions, he will always be the greatest of all time. But for Michael, life at 62 is a reminder that even legends can feel broken, isolated, and overwhelmed by the tragedies that fame and fortune can't protect them from.